Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened.
Go and love some more.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 greatest goodbye scenes in movies. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be looking at legendary send-offs that made us cry, smile, and perhaps hug our loved ones just a little bit tighter after the end credits. Since goodbyes often take place during the finale of a film, a big spoiler alert is in order.
You aren't going to say goodbye?
It's never goodbye.
Number 10. Dead Poets Society.
I came for my personals.
Dead Poets Society tells the story of a group of boys attending a prestigious all-male prep academy in Vermont. With a strict focus on callous conventional learning methods, these gifted boys are only given the opportunity to truly spread their wings when English teacher John Keating introduces them to the idea of making one's life extraordinary.
Seize the day, boys. Make your lives extraordinary.
Unfortunately, he's eventually fired. While making one last stop to pick up some belongings, Keating learns his effort truly did impact his students' lives in a remarkable way.
Captain, my captain.
Sit down, Mr. Anderson.
Each character's respective level of growth is embodied in this powerful scene, making it truly memorable and unequivocally relatable. Number 9. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. In the same spirit as our last entry, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest tells the tale of a motley crew whose lust for life has been beaten out of them by a cold and calculated system, led by the ruthless Nurse Ratched.
Do you want to say something to the group, Mr. McMurphy?
Randall McMurphy comes to the rescue, breathing life into the mental institution patients that Nurse Ratched is hell-bent on subduing. McMurphy's goodbye is less bittersweet and more gut-wrenching, as he's lobotomized for his so-called rabble-rousing. Fellow patient Chief Bromden mercifully ends his friend's life upon realizing he'd never want to live in such a way. It's agonizing to watch, but knowing Randall inspired Bromden's eventual escape serves as a worthy consolation for the audience. Number 8. Lost in Translation.
Hey, you.
Funny man Bill Murray's change of pace shocked moviegoers when he starred in Sofia Coppola's Lost in Translation. Bob and Charlotte are at very different times in their lives, but both feel lost, uncertain, and aimless. Upon meeting at a hotel bar in Tokyo, they develop a deep relationship that helps both of them work out their inner demons.
I don't want to leave.
So don't.
Just like the many phases of life, their hotel is only a temporary spot, and they're soon forced to part ways. Bob and Charlotte's final embrace is devoid of rom-com cliches, leaving the audience feeling a sense of emptiness and wholeness simultaneously. The brevity of their encounter didn't make the goodbye any easier, and it left us heartbroken.
Why?
Number 7. Forrest Gump.
I wish I could have been there with you.
You were.
Forrest never lets the tragedies of life hold him back, and even in the face of danger and torment, he seldom feels anger towards others. Throughout his life, he significantly impacts historical US events of the 60s and 70s. But his love for Jenny is always at the forefront of his mind. She finally reciprocates his feelings, and the star-crossed lovers move back home to Greenbow, Alabama, with their son Forrest Jr. Sadly, however, it's not long before Jenny succumbs to her disease, and Forrest is left standing alone by her grave. His vulnerability, good nature, and epiphany about life reach an apex at this moment.
Mama always said dying was a part of life. I sure wish it was.
Despite everything Forrest has done for Jenny, it's clear that she taught him a lesson more valuable than gold.
I want to tell you I love you,
I love you too, Daddy.
I'll be right here when you get back.
Number 6. The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King.
Farewell, my brave hobbits.
The Lord of the Rings trilogy is known for being quite the tearjerker, but this moment made us ugly cry. The Fellowship has quite literally gone through hell with each other after spending 3 epic movies working to destroy the one ring to rule them all. At their journey's end, every man must go their own way, and each goodbye is more heartfelt than the last, starting with Gandalf's epic send-off.
Do not say, do not weep, for not all tears are an evil.
Finally, as Frodo's ship for the Grey Havens awaits him, he says goodbye to his fellow hobbits.
We set out to save the Shire, Sam. And it has been saved. But not for me. You don't mean that.
Howard Shore's legendary score swells as Frodo parts with Sam, highlighting their intense brotherly love. But Frodo's departure is inevitable. This farewell is bittersweet like few others, providing a satisfying end to an incredible franchise. Number 5. Terminator 2: Judgment Day.
No.
Terminator 2 elevated the franchise in 2 ways: by providing impressive large-scale action sequences, and by introducing an unexpected yet welcome relationship between Schwarzenegger's T-800 and the young John Connor. As the T-1000 relentlessly pursues Sarah and John, the T-800's protective instinct helps create a powerful bond that unfortunately must be severed in order to prevent future robot takeovers. He may be a robot, but the scene's humanity is profound, ending with a thumbs up that subtly nods to a playful interaction between John and the Terminator earlier in the film. A high point of the franchise, it's an emotionally driven, challenging, yet satisfying ending.
I know now why you cry, but it's something I can never do.
Number 4. Toy Story 3.
Don't go in there. The bakery is haunted. Shh, are you crazy? You'll wake up all the ghosts.
Pixar knows how to hit us right in the feels. The Toy Story franchise showed a poignant understanding of childhood innocence and the inevitability of leaving it behind to enter adulthood. While Boo saying goodbye to her friend Kitty is gut-wrenching, Andy's last play with his toys before he passes them on never gets easier to watch.
Oh no! Dr. Porkchop's attacking the haunted bakery! Pew, pew, pew.
Viewers who grew up with the franchise particularly experienced the weight of this send-off, as it felt all too similar to their own lives 15 years after the original Toy Story. Powerfully hitting home in a way that's remarkably beautiful for an animated feature, Toy Story's stellar legacy is in large part due to this spectacular so long.
So long, partner.
Number 3. E.T. the Extra-Terrestrial. Many great goodbyes on our list say so much with so few words. E.T. is another iconic example of childlike wonder, and it makes us say, ouch. When Elliot discovers an extraterrestrial that's been left behind by its people, a strong bond develops between the two as they race against time and government authorities to get the alien hero home. Few words are exchanged between the two as the inevitable departure of E.T. takes place. But it's made clear that an unforgettable bond has been forged. As John Williams' iconic score intensifies, those 4 classic words are uttered. Number 2. Casablanca.
If that plane leaves the ground and you're not with him, you'll regret it.
We'll always have this agonizing scene. In Casablanca, American club owner Rick Blaine becomes involved in matters of war in and around Casablanca. Everything changes when former love Ilsa walks into his bar, accompanied by her new husband, who who also happens to be the head of the Czech resistance. Both are in dire need to travel to America, and Rick finally makes the selfless decision to send them off. Remembering their old love in Paris, Rick shows just how noble he can be.
What about us?
We'll always have Paris.
This scene between legends Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman remains one of the most memorable and iconic goodbyes in all of cinema.
He's looking at you, kid.
Before we unveil our number one pick, here are some honorable mentions.
In case I don't see ya. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
I love you forever. You hear me? I love you forever. And I'm coming back.
You stay. I go.
Number 1, Gone with the Wind.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for everything.
Gone with the Wind is a sweeping epic that takes place in the American South during the U.S. Civil War. Scarlett O'Hara spends much of the film unsuccessfully pursuing love interest Ashley Wilkes, all while rejecting her perpetual suitor, Rhett Butler. Rhett eventually wins her hand in marriage, and she gives birth to a beautiful daughter. However, tragedy soon strikes, leading Rhett to realize he will never truly win Scarlett's love. As he departs forever, he utters what may be the most well-known line in movie history.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Released at the peak of cinema's golden age, this send-off perfectly embodies the greatness of this historic era.
I can't let him go. I can't. There must be some way to bring him back.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.